Hello, friends, associates, members of the ETS. Elyon here. How's it going? Today, we're going to be talking about someone a little near and dear to my heart, someone personal, my little brother, Meru. It was weird coming across him one day, mostly because I didn't know he existed at first. I knew I had family members. There was my sister Raina, obviously, but when it came to him, I kind of found him a bit later in life. By that point, I was already grown, already doing my own thing. Already had my mercenary gang working together, and me and Boo would coming across stuff, which is the weirdest thing though, because one day he kind of just poofed out of nowhere. Well, more like he came down in a streak of lightning, but he attacked me. And at first, I just assumed he was just some like hired hitman enforcer because I've dealt with them before. And, bit of a back and forth there for a second before Boo eventually helped me overtake him. And when we finally got the drop on him, that's when, he revealed that he had been sent after us by my mother because he had claimed that she told him that I was responsible for our father's death. So he wanted to, I guess, get payback, but at the same time, he also wanted to know why. When I told him a conflicting story, he didn't really know what to think about it. So he went back to ask her, and I followed him because I had some answers, or more so, I had my own set of questions. We confronted the woman, and, well, she tried to have us both killed. Yeah, it turns out after she got rid of my father, she started running her own little underground criminal gang or organization. She obviously didn't use her real name, went under a nickname of sorts. So we escaped, and I guess welcomed him to what's left of the family, or at least my half, and we got to talking. Turns out he's actually a pretty cool little fucker. Boo says he looks up to me. Don't know why. However, I don't want him to do what I do. What I do is dangerous. I mean, yeah, he has skill and he has abilities, but he can get taken down, same as any other man. Plus, he's still a bit young, so I don't know. I don't like the idea of seeing him getting manipulated. Give him the pass a bit because it was his mother, my mother, our mother. But not everyone gets that luxury afforded to them. But he's been with us ever since. He'll do jobs with Boo here and there. I keep telling her to keep it simple, but knowing her, she probably has him jumping into some war zone here and there. Me, however, we just talk, chill, race. Occasionally, he goes with me to the club whenever we go meet the twins. Boo has to drag him away from the stage at times, but everyone there knows well enough to leave him be. And if they don't, like I said, that lightning of his is some strong stuff. It's not all he can do either. I've seen it. He can manipulate lightning around him. He can absorb it. He can reflect stuff at him. He can catch things in the air and like pick up metals with them. He can call down lightning from the sky. He can shoot bolts of it. He can make lightning sticky grenades. I don't know how the fuck he does that. He just does. And he has this one move. It's crazy. It's like his, I guess you could say, ultimate attack. He calls it down from the sky in one hand and charges it up in the other. And he basically does like a little rocket symbol and aims it outward and essentially turns his whole arm into like a makeshift rail gun and just fires it. That thing has pierced. I can't think of a thing that wouldn't punch through. It's insane. But Boo had to tell him a few times to be careful because the blowback from doing that could tear his whole arm off. So, you know, kind of a double-edged sword with that one. But it looks cool. I seen him tear through a whole Eggman base with it one time, just like a hot knife through butter. It was crazy. Plus, he could also turn into pure electricity and just zip and zap all over the place. I don't know how he maneuvers all of it through his body, but he gets pretty creative with it. However, he has been getting some attention lately, and not the good kind. Well, depends how you look at it, I guess. He's been talking to this little rabbit lady, or bunny, I think, named Holly. I don't really like the girl because I know the people she associates with, especially because I know the kinds of people she associates with, and they're not all great. Plus, she used to date this guy we used to know back in the day, and I feel like it'd be awkward if they are kind of around at that point because she dumped him for Meru, and I told Meru to keep a calm head when it comes to this stuff. Again, if she's willing to leave him for you, she might be willing to leave you for somebody else. So just don't go leaving your heart out there to get snatched and then stomped on. But he keeps insisting he can handle it, and for the moment, it remains to be seen. I doubt he'd make a wife out of this woman, but I've been proven wrong before, so let's just hope he let's just hope he makes the right decision, huh? I've seen too many folks get taken advantage of otherwise. But that's not what I'm worried about, at least not in the long run. There has been someone, or something, something strange, going after Meru as of late. He won't tell me what it is, but I've been noticing blade marks on him, scratches, cuts, nicks, things he hasn't had before. Boo's been noticing it too, but whenever we ask him what it is, he just brushes it off and just says some random drunk, some random homeless person, some random crook or criminal that he had to bust up. But I don't think that's it. He has this strange vibe coming around him. I've seen it, or more so, I've sensed it a few times. The air about him just feels tainted. I don't know. I might have to look into it because if it is some kind of dangerous thing, then there's a few people I know that could probably look into it for me. There's a priestess I met a while ago. I think her name was Veneris. And then there's also Rexius. I could ask her. See, but again, that could just make it worse. I don't know. Whatever if he's not willing to tell me it, then I can't really force it on him. But I do know that I'd want to know. Otherwise, that could be a bad thing happening to the boy. I mean, I've dealt with my fair share of demons. Just ask Alex. But at the same time, maybe this is something he needs to handle on his own. If he did feel the need to bring us in, it might be something more than he can handle. I suppose I gotta have faith in my little brother. Trust him to make the right decision come the end of the day. He's powerful, but he's not immortal. And it's beginning real bad for him as of late in terms of his safety. Because after we dealt with Mother, Raina took a notice to him. And, she plays the friendly big sister to him, but I don't trust none of that bullshit. Still, she's kept a distance. Maybe because she knows I'll expose her if she tries anything. But whatever history or whatever relationship they have, he won't tell me about it. So maybe there's more to it than I know. Maybe there's more that he's just not willing to tell me. For all we know, they could be friendly. But if he wants to be a member of the ETS, member of the crew with the rest of us, he can't keep secrets from me. At least not forever. Hmm. I worry about the boy.